What's up, everybody? You're tuned in to the Cris Style
Mal
Podcast, episode 252, Takeover Wednesday. Hope everybody's having a good night, whatever you're doing. You're at home, you're at work. We appreciate y'all tapping into the live stream. If you're listening on the playback, we appreciate you too. Leave a comment in the comment section. Got a few things to speak on tonight. Got the NBA playoffs kicking off and some NBA news. Also got some NFL news. Also going to get Mal's opinion on a couple of way too early mock drafts for the 2027 draft. Also going to do Mal's random news. And yeah, man, do our BetUS Sure Fire Picks and give our opinions on the Inoue Inoue fight and Nakatani fight and the David Benavidez versus Zurdho Ramirez fight. So before we do all that, Mal, how you feeling, sir?
Man, feeling good, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I can't complain at all. Ready to get into these topics, player.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, man. Let's kick it off with some NBA stuff.
Yeah, man. Let's get into it with NBA playoffs, man. Still rolling ahead. Monday, after we got off the show, we had some big games. We had the Pistons versus the Magic. Magic ended up winning a thriller, 88-94. Cade had 25 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, while Franz Wagner, he had 19 points, 4 steals. He ended up exiting the game with a calf injury, which we will talk a little bit more when we get into the next game. But the Magic went up 3-1. Thunder, they went up they won 131-122 with Shea getting 31 points, 8 assists. Dylan Brooks had 23 points, sweeping the Suns. We all foreseen that. Thunder look amazing right now. In the last matchup Monday night, the Timberwolves lost 113-125. Julius Randle had 27, 9, and 6. On Nikola Jokic, man, he put up a triple-double, 27, 12 rebounds, and 16 assists. Last night, Tuesday night, the 76ers, man, they had a bounce-back game with Joel Embiid scoring 33 points, 8 assists, winning 113-97. They ended up winning the fourth quarter 28 points to 11. Getting a double-digit lead, sending it to Game 6. With what we saw in Game 5, what's your expectation with Game 6, my brother? Do you have any belief with the way the 76ers played in that second half that we could possibly get it to a Game 7?
With Embiid back, you're talking about the Celtics and Sixers, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, with Embiid back, yeah. I think he can get there. He's scoring 33 a night, then yeah. I think that's possible. You know what I'm saying? That was the only question with the 76ers. Without Embiid, they don't have that presence, down in the post. But now that he's back and he can stay healthy, then yeah, the Celtics could be in trouble. So yeah.
Yeah, it should be a big Game 6 tomorrow night. Yeah, I agree. I think Joel Embiid coming back, he looks healthy for the most part. He looks engaged. This team, I think, is still trying to figure itself out with Embiid coming back and finding that rhythm. But when Embiid playing more inside, I really do like that. In the next matchup, the Hawks, man, they ended up getting blown out by the Knicks. It seemed like the Knicks are getting their rhythm together, man. They won 97-126. Jalen Brunson, he had 39 points. Jalen Johnson, he almost had a triple-double, 18 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. New York Knicks look to close the Hawks out tomorrow night. We should see how that goes. The San Antonio Spurs, they play the Trailblazers. They end up closing them out, winning the series 4-1, winning that series 114-95. Victor Wembanyama looked amazing as usual, 17 points, 14 rebounds, 6 blocks. They're waiting the winner of I believe the Minnesota Timberwolves and Denver Nuggets matchup. So we'll see how that goes tonight, man. Speaking of the Magic and Pistons, what we talked about earlier, man. Cade Cunningham, 45 points. Paolo Banchero also had 45 points, man, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. But the Pistons were able to edge out the Magic without Franz Wagner, who was out this game with the calf injury. We'll see if he's able to come back for Game 6 Friday night. Pistons winning 116-109, sir. Do you have any belief the Pistons can come back and win this series, knowing what we saw tonight?
If K's gonna score 45 a night, then yeah, they definitely got a chance. But still, the other players, Durham and all them, they got to step up still too. So he can't do it by himself every night. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, if K can have a showing like this and put the team on his back, then yeah, they have a chance. For sure.
Yeah, no, for sure. They're definitely gonna need some more help outside of Cade. Tobias Harris, he had 23 points. Jalen Duren, he only had 12 points. Yeah, he did have 9 rebounds. But overall, man, we need to see more production from him. But again, yeah, if Cade's gonna give you 45, they got a shot. I think the Franz Wagner injury, it could hurt the Magic. But Paolo has been playing amazing ball. Next up, man, the Raptors and Cavaliers, man. Cavaliers scraped out a close one. They ended up winning 125-120. James Harden had 23 points, 9 rebounds. I think they ended up coming back from double-digit point deficit to end up winning this game. Close game. This makes me a little worried about the Cavaliers, man. I always had my worries about the Cavaliers. I wouldn't be surprised if this went 7 games, me personally. I thought the Raptors were the better team for the most part in this game. Brandon Ingram, I think he exited out with a heel injury, so we got to see what's up if he's able to play Game 6. Hopefully he can. He's a big integral part to the Raptors, but I still think that the Raptors could get it to 7 games. So we'll see on that. And then last but not least, currently going on right now in the fourth quarter with 6 minutes and 14 seconds left. My Lakers currently trying to close out this series, but it's not looking too good right now. We're down 85-74 with 6 minutes left. I'll say this: the list of players that I currently want off my team is growing by the fucking minutes. I'm so sick and tired of Marcus Smart thinking he fucking Magic Johnson, trying to do these fucking wild ass alley-oop passes, behind the back passes. I'm tired of seeing this nigga shoot threes. Like, I'm getting close to saying, get off my team. I know he's had some integral moments in us being successful in this series, but he's been lucky in a lot of those occasions when he has been successful. Marcus Smart is not really a three-point shooter. I love his defensive ferocity, but I want the ball out of his hands, especially with Austin Reeves back. Get off my hands. Jake LaRavia, get the fuck off my team. Excuse my language, but I gotta say this: get the fuck off my team. I'm so tired of seeing my man run sprints up and down the court, scared to catch the ball, can't shoot a three. Like, what did you sign here for if you're not ready for the moment? You knew what you signed up for when you put the Lakers jersey on, and you have done absolutely nothing for this team this whole entire year. You have been literally just a waste of a roster spot. Like, get off my team. Next up, Rui Hachimura, get your Japanese ass off my team. I'm so tired of your ass just literally do nothing. You literally are the hottest cold motherfucker on the whole entire roster. You either have a great game or you just don't want to be there. Like, I try to like this guy. I really do, but bruh, you're on the list of getting off my team. Luke Kennard, you're still safe, but you need to play better. LeBron James, I'm sorry, brother. I'm ready for you to get off my team. I really am. Like, I'm just over your 41-year-old ass, respectfully. Jared Vanderbilt, if you can't hit a three, respectfully, get off my team. Jackson Hayes, respectfully, get off my team. I literally want to see a whole new squad surrounding AR and Luka Doncic this time next year. I do not want to see LeBron James, Rui, DeAndre Ayton, maybe Marcus Smart if he can get his stuff together. Jake LaRavia got to go. Maxi Kleber, Dalton Connect, Bronny James, they can all go. They are a waste of roster spots. This Lakers team deserves better. They are choking it up right now currently against these Houston Rockets without Kevin Durant. You got Jabari Smith out here looking like the second coming of Scottie Pippen. Tari Eason with 15 points. You got Alperen Sengun's fat ass getting 12, 8, and 8 and looking like Nikola Jokic out here. Reed Shepherd, the smallest man on the court, is cooking every single one of y'all. Even though this man can't hit a three to save his life, he's still dominating you. He's still doing great things on the defensive side. This is without Kevin Durant. So I will say this again. I repeat, every name that I said, I need you off my team ASAP. Rob Pelinka, do what you got to do. Please, I beg you. These cats are bums. I'm tired of seeing these dudes. All right, next up. Speaking of said LeBron James, Brian McMenamin, he's been he's been our reporter who's been traveling with the Los Angeles Lakers for many years. Married to the Malika Andrews, we all know that. I don't know how he pulled that, but congratulations to you, my brother. He had an article with LeBron James, and LeBron James finally spoke out on the GOAT debate. Asking him a while of questions. He's saying, quote, I hope I made speaking of LeBron, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, he said that he hopes that he has made Michael Jordan very proud with him wearing the number 23. He also quoted saying, I never have compared myself to MJ because our games are totally different. I have been a point forward point in my whole life. I've always looked for the pass. MJ kind of looked for the shot. Not kind of, he looked for the shot. There are a lot of things where I would say my game is a lot different and a little better than his. But shit, he was fucking great. We're both great. We're both great at basketball. There are a lot of things that MJ did better than I do. And I think there are some things that I do better than him. That's just how the game goes. There's a lot of things that I can say in particular. You already know how this conversation is going to be by people, man. I think I am one of one. I think the way I play the game, I am a one-of-one player, and MJ as well, a fucking unbelievable basketball player. I think his mid-range jump shot was unbelievable. He did so many great things. I grew up fucking analyzing everything that he did, how he could get to a spot and rise up above everybody. Obviously, his post game was elite. His will to win. I think that is a trait that we all know, that we all wanted to be like. His determination to win. James called the whole GOAT topic a very tiring conversation and barbershop talk. Quote, you can look at both of us and say that you love both of us without trying to shit on the other person. And usually it's shitting on me, James said. But I know for sure that I've done my part in this journey. I never thought that I could be him, but I dreamed of the opportunity to live in the shoes that he lived in. I dreamed of being able to be in a big game and hit game winners as the clock went down. I dreamed of having my own sneaker. I dreamed of flying through the air like him. I dreamed of people screaming my name. Everything he did, I needed inspiration from certain people in music, in sports, during my upbringing. I needed that. With LeBron James finally commenting on this whole GOAT situation. What are your thoughts, man, with what he said, man? Do you agree, disagree? And who do you have as the GOAT?
Well, I mean, I always stated Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time to me. But
yeah.
But as far as this conversation, it was interesting commentary when it comes to that debate, because we all know that he feels like he's the greatest because of some of the comments that him and his commentary with him and Stephen A. Smith, with other people who are in that business, and how he's kind of had his his team had been very rambunctious when it comes to somebody saying he's the second best player of all times. I don't know. It sounded like somebody who's coming to the end of his career, and he just kind of just laid it out there like, I know I'm almost done, and I did everything I could in this career. I understand the shoes that he had, and it was hard shoes to fill, which is hard. It is hard to be compared to, somebody who was larger than life, in a time where there was no internet, there was no, get on the timeline on Twitter and you could talk about, oh, did you see Michael Jordan go baseline and dunk on somebody, or, whatever. You see him glide in the air the way he glides, like, we didn't have that. We only had the news and we just saw on the paper. You know what I'm saying? So, and he was just such a larger than life figure that I can understand how that's hard to fill those shoes. You know what I'm saying? It's like being compared to Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? It's like those are hard shoes to fill. You know what I'm saying? Because we talked about Michael Jackson. He's literally in arenas having grown men, cry and faint, and, stuff of that nature. So, it just sounded like LeBron was just like, I did all I could do in my career. I feel like, I was, and I've always said that they are two different players. Like, it's hard. Like, where do you, like, the comparison is kind of like their approach is different. Their mindset is different. Like, Michael Jordan was a killer. And I've always said that he was I don't want to call him an overachiever, but he was like, he had to like go so hard because he wasn't the biggest of guys. Like, he wasn't 6'8", 6'9". He was 6'6", 6'5". Hell of an athlete, but he had to go twice in the gym. Same thing with Kobe. That's him and Kobe probably have the greatest work ethic of all times when it comes to just being in the gym. Basketball, I want to be the greatest, and I have to go in the gym and do this to be the greatest because I don't have the physical attributes that a LeBron James has. LeBron James was his size at 17. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just different. Their paths were different. You know what I'm saying? Like, one went through the college ranks, had to learn the game, and the other one straight out of high school. LeBron has been followed since he was in high school. We've known about him. We knew he was coming. So the spotlight was different for both of them. Even though Jordan went to a prestigious college in North Carolina, but even still then, there was other players on that team. James Worthy was on that team. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, their paths were just so different where they got to as far as their status in the NBA. The game was different when LeBron came into the game than compared to when Jordan was in the game. So, the internet was more prevalent. LeBron. So you can criticize him. He dealt with more scrutiny. We didn't learn about Jordan's bullshit until after the fact. He's done. He ain't got to worry about that. He's in the dark somewhere doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? He don't care. So it was just two different paths. But as far as on the court, I'm always going to say MJ was the greatest to me because he was the greatest I've ever saw. I've never seen anything like Michael Jordan. The closest thing I've seen is Kobe. You know what I'm saying? So I've never seen, and I was a kid watching Jordan. So maybe the perspective is that from that lens too. But even still, as me as a grown-up, he is the greatest thing. I've never seen anything like Jordan, the way he just captivated the court and the way he popped off the screen, and it was just like, it was just different. It was different for me. So I don't know. But even still with LeBron was different. When you saw LeBron on the court, we ain't never seen nothing like LeBron James, 6'8", 270 pounds, whatever how big he is, and he coming down the court slamming on everybody like he is. Like, I've never seen nothing like that either. So I agree with him. Both of them are 101s of what they are. You know what I'm saying? In their own right. But when you're in sports, you're gonna get compared to. You know what I'm saying? That's just life. Any sport, they're gonna get compared to the best. You know what I'm saying? And football, every quarterback's gonna get compared to Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't get anything close to Tom Brady, you'll never pass him. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be hard to get 7 Super Bowl rings. So, you might have to try to beat him in other things. You know what I'm saying? But even still, those 7 Super Bowl rings are gonna hold weight for Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan going 6 for 6 in the finals, that's gonna hold weight for him. So, but I respect what LeBron had to say. Very introspective.
I'll say this. I like what LeBron said is totally agreeable. Like, I think at the end of the day, there's a way to have conversations without, shitting on the other player, even though that's kind of what you kind of got to do. But this kind of like at the end of his statement, that kind of like, woe is me. Like, most of the time, the shitting is gonna be on me. Like, that stuff like that just kind of like, bro, what are we doing? Like, I think in sports today, And I don't know if you watched on First Take. I thought there was a great conversation piece between Michael Wilbon.
I was listening. I saw a couple of clips of what Michael Wilbon said about Michael Jordan coming out and saying, like, telling them, like, take it easy on the kid and all that, which is kind of interesting that this story just came out. But regardless, go ahead.
I just think that the situation like this is like they even said it before. Michael Jordan has never called himself the GOAT. Michael Jordan didn't get tatted on himself the greatness. No one, and he never put the crown on. LeBron James did that. You know what I mean? Michael Jordan's always stated, it's hard for me to call myself the GOAT when you had Magic Johnson, when you've had Larry Bird, when you've had Will Chamberlain, when you've had Bill Russell, when you've had Dr. J, when you've had Kobe, LeBron, Tim Duncan, like the list goes on. Like, and I get it. We, like, as fans, we all have our personal favorites. Like, to me, Kobe Bryant is my GOAT. But deep down, like, he's my personal GOAT. He's my favorite player. He's one of the greatest of all time. He's the guy that really, ever since his passing, like, the conversation about him has changed. And I've talked about that several times, how I'm truly disgusted by certain topics with a lot of these ex-players thinking they could be him when you've had every opportunity to be him and you couldn't do it. It just says a lot. And the sensitivity that LeBron James has, that's kind of like one of my things why I haven't really been a true fan of his, in a sense. It's not really so much his game. I've never denied the greatness of LeBron James. How can you ever deny the greatness of LeBron James on the basketball court? You cannot. How can you deny LeBron James as a human being, a father who got his son to be in the league, who's demonstrated being a good father, who's demonstrated being a good husband? I don't care of the outside noise of things we don't know about in LeBron James's life, but all I can see in front of my eyes is that he's been a great father, a great husband, and he's been the embodiment of what a true Black father is in America that we see on the daily. You know what I mean? There's a lot of great Black fathers. Chris, you are one of them. My dad is one of them. And I know the stigma of Black fathers has always been of being non-present in our kids' lives or in our wives' lives, and we're just some degenerates who just don't do anything. That is not true. That is far from the truth. And LeBron is a great representation of that. We have a lot of great Black fathers. Jason Tatum, all that are all across the globe. All I'm talking about in the situation with LeBron and why I can never consider him my GOAT is the situations where he's talking about the woe is me. Brother, you put this on yourself. Put this on yourself. We all know the whole reason why sports has become such this phenomenon is because of barbershop talk. It is a great instance to be able to have these conversations. And if you're in said conversation of being the GOATs, that alone puts the respect on your name. Where you can be a part of these conversations. What did he say? There's been over 5,000 NBA players. If I put you at number 2, how is that disrespectful, dog? If you're number 3, how is that disrespectful to you at all? For you to even be in the top 10, for you number 1 to even make the league is a blessing in its right, because that is one of the hardest jobs to ever get, is to be a professional athlete. So you did that. You were at the top of the top, and now you're considered number 2, even number 1 or number 3. You're in a range. You're in at least the top 5. The worst you could be is the top 5, respectfully, even coming from a person who's not even the biggest fan of yours. You cannot disrespect LeBron James. How is that disrespectful? When you have your agent talking about that's disrespectful, when you don't have my man number 1, bro, get over yourself. Not everybody's going to be a fan of LeBron James. There's been a lot of things LeBron has done that has rubbed fans the wrong way. Whether you're from Cleveland, whether you're from Miami, whether you're from the Lakers, like it is the facts. It is facts. It'd be no different if Giannis Antetokounmpo were to leave the Bucks. Every fan has a right to be upset if their favorite player decides to up and leave. But at the same time, these players have the right to as well. But we cannot be oblivious to the conversation. It's kind of like when I went back to the WNBA with the whole conversation with Paige and her situation with dating Ozzie Fudd. You cannot be oblivious to the situation. You know what I mean? I know it's two different things, but in a sense, it's like you can't be oblivious to the real society of the way sports are. And the conversation pieces of who's at the top. I think that's some of the most fun part about sports. When we talk about who's the greatest of all time, who the potentials to be the greatest of all time, that's what keeps these sports going and going and going. We always say we will never see another Michael Jordan. Here comes Kobe. We thought we will never see somebody like Shaq. Here comes a Victor Wembanyama. We thought we'll never see a LeBron James. You got an AJ DeBosa who potentially could be him, or a Caleb Wilson. Like, we have a whole bunch of talent coming in. I just think LeBron's sensitivity is just so to the point where it's just like, brother, you gotta just let that go. Like, it's not disrespectful for you to be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 out of the amount of players that have been in this league. Great all-time players at that. You just can't have that. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, he's made some decisions in his career that, haven't been, well received. The decision wasn't well received. Him skipping out on a dunk contest wasn't well received because it was a trickle-down effect of people, players after him not doing the dunk contest. And I don't know. It was just those type of decisions to protect his, I don't know, I guess his brand or whatever, because he didn't want to lose the dunk contest or whatever, which we all know you're LeBron James. You could have did a simple ass dunk and you don't won the damn contest. But yeah, it's just there's certain decisions that he's made that have kind of had people look at him. I think the decision was the first thing that he did. Everybody was like, what is this? We ain't never had no players in there like he's trying to pick a college. Just tell him what team you want to, man.
Right. You know what I mean? So I don't know. He just got, and he's not a dumb human being. He's very smart. He's very calculating what he does. I just don't understand this woe is me stuff. He just got to let that go. All right, man. Last but not least, with NBA news, I'll play this video clip of Anthony Davis making some comments about his current team, and then I'll get your thoughts on that.
GM, everybody.
How hard is it for a really good player to play for a really bad team?
And that's the thing, right? So I had this, and everybody knows this. I told the owner this. I told the GM, everybody, media. Like, when you're looking at the Washington Wizards, right, from the outside looking in, right, everybody's right, But when you get into the organization and see how great of an organization it is, like the owner is amazing. Obviously, the city is DC is amazing. We are a very bad basketball team,
yeah,
for sure. On the flip side, I think it's very tough to go from bad team to like a championship contender. It takes time, and that's with anybody. I mean, it could be a team, who's just won and just like not good. So it takes time. It takes a couple of years,
How hard is it for?
So that was some of the comments he talked about his current team with the Washington Wizards. He also stated that he would love to win another defensive MVP. He wants another parade, and all that because he never got the parade off of the COVID championship. A lot of people have been speculating that they don't think he's gonna make it this summer to be a Washington Wizard. When you hear comments like that from Anthony Davis, what's your thought process? Do you think he's trying to get himself out of there? Do you think he should try to sit himself through with the Wizards with the potential of what could be coming in the draft and all that? Obviously playing with Trae Young, they do got some talent on that team. What's your overall thoughts with what Anthony Davis said?
I don't think he said anything bad. I mean, he just said, on the outside looking in, when you're on another team and you're looking over there, you're like, damn, that organization is fucking terrible. But he might be right. He got over there and the owner's cool and everybody's in the organization is cool. You know what I'm saying? And you can see that the Wizards are trying to turn it around, like you just said. They got Trae Young, they got him, they got a few other players. Don't they got don't they have an opportunity to get a top pick too, right?
Yeah. Well, no, we won't know until the lottery, but they're projected to be at least top 2, top 3.
So, they're gonna get one of those good ass players coming out next year too. So I think they're trying to turn it around. So I can see Anthony Davis seeing that from a perspective of they trying. At least I came over here and they ain't just bring me over here and it's same status quo. The owner don't know nothing. The GM, he just kind of like whatever. It seems like they trying to tell him like, look, we trying to build something. We want you to be a part of this. We want Trae Young to be a part of this, and whatever draft pick comes in to be a part of this. So, I mean, I can see him sticking around. I mean, he on like what 4 or 5 teams, and where are they gonna go? He injury prone.
Yeah,
to stay where you at.
Right. Nah, for real. So I don't know. We'll see. I think AD should give it a shot, man. That team is ultra talented. Obviously, I would love to see the I think Trae Young and Anthony Davis. I think that pick and roll could be very, very lethal. I think he should give it a shot, but I do understand he is getting older and he may want a chance to compete a little bit sooner. So we'll have to see. But that's it for NBA news.
Sure. All right, man. I wanted to show you these two NFL 2027 mock drafts that I pulled up. Make it a little bigger so I can see. All right. Now you see on the left, this is PFSN. This is their mock draft, and then on the right is PFF. We'll start with the PFSN. Well, both of them got Arch Manning as the number 1 overall pick. One going to the Cardinals. PFF got the Jets getting the number 1 overall pick. This one has the Dolphins. The Dolphins getting Dylan Stewart. This one has the Cardinals getting Dante Smith. This one has the Jets getting Colin Summers, the edge from Texas. This one has your Raiders getting Jeremiah Smith. You're not going to be that bad. You're not picking 3.
If there's a will, there's a way, brother. If there's a will, there's a way.
You're going to have like 7 or 8 wins.
Yeah. That's what you want, huh? That's what you want. This might be the first year Chris ever rooted for the Raiders to win games. So, this might be the first year, man.
Be quietly rooting us, but this one has Cleveland picking the quarterback out of Oklahoma State, Drew Musmaker. This one has Leonard Moore, the corner, Notre Dame. This one also has your Raiders taking Jeremiah Smith, 5th overall. This one has Dylan Stewart going to the Titans with the 6th pick. This one has this is kind of interesting, I guess. Amarion Miller, wide receiver, going to Atlanta. Then you got Cam Coleman going to the Titans. Julian Sayin, quarterback, going to the Panthers, which means that they've given up on your boy Bryce Young. This one has Carolina going to having Leonard Moore, cornerback, going to the Panthers. This one has David Stone, defensive lineman, going to out of Oklahoma, going to the Giants. This one has Xavier Brown, cornerback, out of Alabama, going to the Saints. This one has Jordan Seaton, tackle, LSU, going to the Falcons. And then this one has David Stone, Giants, going to the Giants from Oklahoma. And then this one has Ellis Roberts, the 5th, I think that is, or the 6th, going to the Saints. And then you see the rest of the thing right there. You got Carr, you got who else? Amar Hardy, I think, is in there. I don't think he's in this on the what's your name side, but he is on PFSN. You got Amar Hardy going to Jacksonville, which makes sense. Got both of them. This one has my Chiefs taking that wide receiver Charlie Becker from Indiana. They got taking a tackle from Missouri on PFF.
Yeah, it says Caden Green.
Yeah, Mizzou. They got Amara Honey going 31 to the Jets too. So, which I don't think that would make sense because you're about to pay Bryce Young or Brees Hall.
Yeah.
So I don't see it making sense. But what you thinking, man? How you feeling about this way too early mock draft?
Well, obviously, I love it for my Raiders because both of them have me getting Jeremiah Smith, the guy I really want next year, the guy you are dreading us not to get. So I do love that. I would say this: I think the PFS in one. There's no chance in hell the Jets are not taking a quarterback. I'm sorry, they got Geno Smith. I get Colin Simmons, but there's no chance. I'm being honest with you. I would be shocked if the first, excluding my Raiders, if we're not top 3. But in this case scenario, I would be shocked if 1 through 4 don't pick quarterbacks, respectfully. Like, I get it that the Miami Dolphins did sign Malik Willis, but if there's a situation where they could get a Dante Moore, I still would think Dante Moore is a better quarterback than Malik Willis. Me personally, I love the development that Malik has been.
It depends on Malik's year.
I'm still taking the quarterback, dog. I just think that you even said it. You even said it yourself that this team is not really good. That this team isn't really.
I'm just saying, good. Even if they are a bad team, if Malik Willis is like
we know
200 yards and 30 touchdowns.
We know you're not passing a chance at drafting a generational quarterback, and Dante Moore would be one of those that would be talked about. That could be a nice, solid superstar quarterback. Now we don't know who he's going to be. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm just saying, like, we know the situation with these quarterbacks, and if you're going to pick Dylan Stewart, there's a potential that I think there could be a lot of trade. If you're not going to pick a quarterback, you might as well just trade down. You know what I mean? Because I could see the Cleveland Browns having an opportunity. We all know the Jets are going to trade. You could still get Dylan Stewart, knowing that these two guys are gonna go, and you could drop down to 4 and get, maybe an extra first round pick or 2, depending on the value of jumping up. Like, we all know it's gonna take a high price for you to jump up to get into the top 3, top 4. And obviously we got to see how the rest of this draft goes. Like Drew Messmaker, I haven't really watched him, so for him to be ahead of Dante Moore is a little surprising to me.
He's really good.
I'm not saying he's not. I've seen him on a lot of mock drafts, so I've got to watch tape on him. I do think Dylan Stewart is probably the best edge rusher, obviously, but I do like Colin Simmons as well. Marion Miller and Cam Coleman, I think it's a toss-up. It just depends on what style you like the best. Me personally, like I like Cam Coleman. I like Marion Miller too. Leonard Moore, I think he's probably the best cornerback in this draft for sure. I think if he would have came out, huh?
I was saying he gave McCollum issues.
Yeah, no. I think if Leonard Moore came out this year, I think he probably would have been the number 1 cornerback coming out this year, me personally. Mm-hmm. And then I can't see Dante Moore dropping to 14. There's just no way he's dropping to 14 unless he just has like one of those years like a Nussmeier or something like that. But I can't see that. On the PFF side, I think this. No, go ahead.
My bad. I was just saying it. I think it just depends on like. Let's say he does get past. Let's say the board is just like this.
Mm-hmm.
So of course Arizona will definitely go Archman.
Yes, I think a lot of people will talk themselves into Archman and being the number 1 overall quarterback.
I think the Dolphins. I think it just predicates it off Malik Willis, but giving somebody $45 million guaranteed and drafting a rookie quarterback.
You'd rather take the rookie, especially with all the holes. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just think the Dolphins are going to end up drafting.
You're already paying Tua that money, so now you paying Malik Willis $45 million and Tua. That's
it just the math ain't mathing, bro. The math ain't mathing.
That's dope. But I agree with you. There's no way in hell the Jets are taking Colin Simmons over a quarterback. They're taking Dante Moore or Drew Messmaker if he has a better year, or whatever quarterback, because we don't know, dog. Like, whatever quarterback emerges number 2. It could be Dante Moore, but it could be somebody else. We've seen it so many years where some quarterback comes out of nowhere and he has a fucking great year.
Absolutely.
He becomes the number 2. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
It could be, what's your name at LSU? He's going to LSU now. His name, I'm drawing a blank on his name. Came from Arizona State, but he could have a great year.
Oh, Levitt. It's Levitt.
Yeah. Sam Levitt could have a fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Julian Sands. You got homie from Miami Julian. That could pop up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So that depends. Yeah, I'm with you. Jets is taking a quarterback. Cleveland, we'll see if Shador gets in. I don't know, maybe Sean Watson. I don't know, but I don't know what's going on over there. They take Taylor Green too. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on over there, but I could see them still taking a quarterback if shit goes wrong. The Raiders is definitely going to take Jeremiah Smith, unfortunately.
Yeah, if he's there, he's gone. He's gone. And honestly, Atlanta, bro, like, no, go ahead. What are you going to say about
Atlanta is interesting because if Tua sucks and your boy suck, a quarterback could go to Atlanta.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's just
if balls out.
Yeah, no. You know how many trade downs are going trade ups and trade downs is gonna probably happen in this draft. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and let's be honest, like, do the Tennessee Titans who just drafted, they just drafted a wide receiver. Why wouldn't they go get Leonard Moore?
I agree.
Why wouldn't you get Leonard Moore? Like, why do you need Cam Coleman? To me, it's just like you're literally just doubling down what you drafted this year. You know what I mean?
You don't need that.
You don't need Cam
I
Coleman.
get it. You're trying to. I agree. You're trying to get as much weapons around your boy Cam Ward, but no.
It would make more sense if it was a run. Like if it was like if Jeremiah Love was in this draft or something, you wanted to go get Jeremiah Love after drafting, the receiver. All right, cool. I can understand that a little bit more than drafting another receiver. But nah, if you got Leonard Moore right there, you take Leonard Moore. You take Leonard Moore.
I agree.
No reason why you don't. He'll easily be to me a top 8 cornerback in the NFL. As long as he stays healthy.
Sure.
He has all the attributes for that.
Yeah.
But Ahmad Hardy going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I like that a lot. I do like that a lot.
I don't know what that's a Z, but whatever.
Yeah. The Patriots getting another receiver. If you're trading for AJ Brown, you're not drafting another receiver. That don't make no sense to me at all.
Yeah, you just gave what's the name fucking $80 million.
Yeah, no, you're not doing that. The Jets getting Kwan Lacey, unless if you're telling me that they're eventually going to trade Breece Hall or let him go, that doesn't make sense to me at all either.
It don't make sense at all. Like, why are they getting another running back?
Nah. If the Saints drafted Xavion Brown, I would love that because they need cornerback help for sure. David Stone pretty much replacing Lawrence. I understand that. I get that. KJ Bolden, I understand that. Tay Johnson for the Jets, I understand that. Jordan Seaton, I understand that. Dante Moore, like, look, if Dante Moore is at 14, the Steelers better take Dante Moore. I'll say that. Sure. I think that would be the best value right there. Like, if you can get Dante Moore at 14, you take that. That's a great value.
They're running it. You better hope nobody clips them
trades
again.
Up. You know what I mean? Like, nah, which you pretty much set yourself up for that if you allow that to happen. I think that's
don't let the Vikings be like, yeah, we go.
Yeah. Blake Frazier, I get it. Trent Williams is getting a little bit older, so I understand that. The Lions need defensive tackle help. I get that. Philadelphia, I think their offensive line is getting a little bit older, so I do understand the offensive tackle Trevor Gooseby. I do understand that. Mario Craver to the Texans. I'm like, do the Texans really need? Like, look, at that point, it's like you're pretty much just adding anything because you don't need anything on the defensive side. I would personally think they should be the ones trying to get Trevor Gooseby, me personally, because they could always use that if anything is a weakness on the Texans is that offensive line. You might say maybe the running back situation. I do like David Montgomery, but he is getting obviously he is, he has a lot of miles on him. So I think but I think the receivers is locked. I think they got enough of a receiver. You know what I mean? And then that defensive side, unless if you just want to get rich and richer, just add more to the defense. You know what I mean? Add more rotational pieces to that defensive line so you can keep Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter fresh.
Yeah, because Danielle Hunter's getting older. So I could see them adding another edge rusher for sure.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Y'all getting Charlie Becker?
Makes sense.
You know what I mean?
6'2", 200 pounds. We need an X. Really depends on what they're gonna do with Rashee Rice. If Rashee Rice has 1,200 yards and 10 touchdowns, then maybe they come to the table and be like, look, we ain't give you no damn JSN money, but we'll give you this nice little cool little contract where you'll be, so you'll be taking care. You'll make more money than what you ever made in your life. You can take care of them cases, them civil cases. You can pay them people off, and we'll take care of you. Be a chief for the next 3 years. Like, we'll give you 3 years, some odd $1 million deal. You come back to the Chiefs, and you can be cool. You know what I'm saying? I can see something like that. And even still, if they did do that, I still wouldn't understand them taking Charlie Becker. If not Charlie Becker, I can see them taking the tight end. If one of these tight ends, I know that tight end out of Oregon is supposed to be really good, so maybe they take him.
Yeah, I would say this. I think PFF is probably more realistic to me as far as like what's going on. Like, look, if we're able to get Jeremiah Smith and we pair him with Brock Purdy, Ashton Jeanty, Mike Washington Jr., Jalen Naylor, and Malik Benson. Come on, dog. That's Cook City, boy. Come on, man. We might have the best young offense in the game. And Chris even knows that. That's why he's such a fear. Because if we get the new Megatron and Jeremiah Smith, it's over for y'all. It's over for everybody in the league. It's over. It's a wrap. Wrap it up. Give me my ring. Give me my Super Bowl. I will see that within the next couple years. Dead ass. Like, there's nothing y'all can say to me, and nothing that will get me off my high horse at all. Now, look, Leonard, Colin Simmons to the Dolphins, I could see that. I still think it's quarterback. We talked about that already. Jordan Seaton going to the Falcons, I truly could see that because I do think they do need some help, line help. If Dylan Stewart went to the Titans, I think that would be huge. I think the Titans, if that were to happen, I think me personally, they would be, especially the evolution of Cam Ward and that offense. I low-key think that they might have a chance to win that division in that case. You know what I mean? Because I think Dylan Stewart is fucking phenomenal, bro. Like, he's amazing.
He's a freak athlete, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Julian Sand going to the Panthers, I could see that. This is a big year for Bryce Harper. We said that. I think it's a lot. I think it's a huge year for a lot of quarterbacks. You know what I mean? David Stone, nah.
I ain't trying to skip. But look at 22.
I'm not surprised, bro. I think. Would you be shocked if Jalen Hurts gets traded after next year?
And I know what team he would go to.
Who would you have?
Atlanta.
You think Atlanta would do that? No, yeah. If you're taking Jordan Seaton, if you know you're not high enough to go in the top 4, or if you're not in the top 5 and you can't trade up, you have to be. I think you have to be at least top 5 to have a potential to trade up, because I think the value is it's going to be too much for you to try to trade up from 9 to 3. You know what I mean?
With Jalen Hurts,
yeah,
they would be.
How many picks do you think Jalen Hurts will be worth?
He's not a first round pick.
You don't think Jalen Hurts will get a first round pick? A Super Bowl winning quarterback?
Hell no.
I gotta disagree. I think you're at least getting one first. I think you're at least getting one first.
You get a second at best.
Nah, no way. There's no way in hell.
His numbers don't even give Gardner.
Don't matter. He is Super Bowl winning quarterback.
And so is Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's not a first round pick.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We gotta see. Like, am I shocked at 22? No. But that conversation, that could be a cool little bet we can have.
If we're picking a tackle at 24, that means Jalen Moore sucks. Bottom line, if we're picking a tackle at 24, that means Jalen Moore was trash. That means my man Crosby was out there just dunking on.
Yeah.
Which is possible.
It's possible, my brother. It's possible.
It's very possible. It's probably gonna happen, but I'm just saying that means Jalen Moore was just a revolving door all year.
Yeah. No, I feel you on that. Ryan Coleman Williams going to the Vikings. Like, look, Ryan Williams got a lot to prove for him to be this high.
He does.
And then if you're getting Ryan Coleman, that means Addison's gone. And there's no reason for you to draft Ryan Coleman. Me personally,
I know they did his 5th-year option. I mean, I know that don't mean nothing, but
yeah, I don't mean that. But I don't know. Them having Ryan this high. I don't know. He needs to prove a lot this year. Cam Coleman going to Washington would be a fucking dub. That would be a fucking dub. You pair him up with Jaden Daniels. That's a nice combination.
Daniels and what's the other one they got? Oh, and Antonio Williams. They were drafted this year.
Yeah,
that's a nice little.
That's a nice little condom. Not condom, but combination. CJ, I could see CJ Carr being at 12. I can see CJ Carr being a Steeler. You know what I mean? Like
that is a perfect Steeler.
He is a perfect Steeler. Like he'll be the kind of quarterback I could see that would be maybe in the teens. You know what I mean? I think he definitely will get picked in the first round, but I can see him being one of the team. I can't see Dante Moore falling that low. Like that's just the one I can't see. Now, I think CJ Carr could play himself of being a top 5 quarterback. I think he easily could. I think he has.
Notre Dame is back in the top.
Yeah, and I think they have a great shot. Yeah. That was one of the teams that I didn't say earlier today to you that in college football I think has a chance of being really good. And Notre Dame.
Now they do have some. They just got to see what that backfield looks like. They just lost both their running backs.
They did, but I feel like they always re-up on them backs, though. I feel like they always re-up on them backs.
But they got to see it play.
I get it, but if you're telling me that's something I should be worried about, I'm be like, I ain't worried about it. Jamari Johnson, I'm assuming that's the tight end you were talking about from Oregon.
Yeah.
If he goes to Jacksonville, I'm not mad at that. You know what I mean? I don't think they really have a legit tight end. You know what I mean?
I like Strange. Strange is nice.
Yeah. Now he cool. Yeah, Strange. He didn't have a bad year. But look, if Jamari Johnson gonna be like generational, then I get it. I understand the pick. Nah, absolutely. Yeah, I think 2 tight end sets are coming back in strong anyway. Jordan Ross to the Texans, you know, you just adding strength to a strength. You know what I mean? That's all that really is.
I'm tired. CJ Stroud, man, get your shit together, man.
This is the year he got it. Like honestly, bro.
Yeah, I know, right?
I wouldn't be surprised if the Texans. I'm being honest, bro. If CJ Stroud don't do it this year, bro, they gonna get another quarterback, bro. I'm being dead ass. Don't be surprised if you see Drew at 18. Don't be surprised if you see like CJ Carr at 18. You know what I mean? Or Julian saying, you know what I mean? Whatever the case may be, or them trying to trade up. I could see that too. I could see the Texans be like, "Fuck it, we'll trade you CJ Stroud," and you know. If somebody really want like CJ Stroud and a first or 2 firsts or whatever the case may be that I need to jump up to get to that point, then fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, I'll do it. You know what I mean? What else we got? John Henry Daly. He seems like a Patriot. I could see that. KJ Bolden being in Cincinnati, I think that would be huge for him. They, anything will help on that defensive side.
Yeah, for sure.
And then who they have y'all getting? Oh, Caden Green. Yeah, Caden Green. Ahmad Hardy to the Jets would be fire. I ain't gonna cap.
I mean, him and Breece Hall would be the best, probably one of the better duels in the backfield. Shit, that'd be scary.
But let me get this straight. If I'm the Baltimore Ravens, why wouldn't I draft Ahmad Hardy? Derrick Henry getting old. Derrick Henry getting old, bro. I would personally draft Ahmad Hardy over Kelly Jones.
I would hate it, but I agree.
You know what I mean? That's what I would do. Hell, if I'm the Seahawks, like I know I just drafted Ja'Jarian Price, but people weren't really too high on that pick. Like, why wouldn't you draft Ahmad Hardy right there? You know what I'm saying? Just saying, if it don't work out for Ja'Jarian Price, I think he'll be cool. I'm just saying hypothetically. You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear you.
Even the Niners, even the Niners, Christian McCaffrey getting old. Why wouldn't you draft Ahmad Hardy?
He is. He's getting old.
You know what I mean? He getting old, bro, and he injury prone. Kwan Lacey with the Cowboys. To me, that just signifies that maybe that second year with what's his name, running back.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What's his name? He came from used to be the Broncos running back.
Yeah, I forgot. But
I forgot his name. But that's just me. He ain't good. But overall, man.
No, hold on. If I tell you right, if Amari Washington goes to Detroit, that is a godsend for their defensive line.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Do you think he'll get that far low? Do you think he'll get that low?
No, I think he has a potential to go higher.
I think
he balls out.
Low key, you need to swap Amari with Ryan Cole. I can see Ryan Williams being late 20s. I can't see him being in the high and low teens.
Ukulele ain't on his first round.
Yeah, I'm
Because
surprised
he'll be
too.
a first round pick.
This just shows you how deep this draft is, dog. There's gonna be a lot of names, and then that's on top of that. We don't know who's gonna move up. We don't know who's gonna move down. There's gonna be some, as you said before, there's gonna be some names that come out of the blue that you never seen coming. You know what I mean? Maybe from some smaller schools. You know what I mean? Like in Manuel McNeil Warren kind of type. You know what I'm saying? That we haven't even talked about. So, man, all I gotta say is
earlier Jet from UNLV. You know, he might, you know what I'm saying, move up on the board somehow, some way.
No facts. Honestly, man, the only name I care about is Jeremiah Smith, and I love it that he's next to the Raiders, man. That's all I'm saying.
Not gonna be the best. I ain't worried about it.
What would happen if we did draft Jeremiah Smith? What would be your first thoughts?
Man, that's why we got you at 6, dog.
It is what it is. That's what you say. It is what it is.
Man, third lane. That's why we got you at 6, dog.
Monzer Delane about to get sunned. Monzer Delane about to get sunned.
Bro, we got you at 6 for these type of matchups, baby.
Monzer Delane about to get sunned by Jeremiah Smith, man. We know what's up. Come on, man. The gods know they want that. Jeremiah Smith is a Raider. He feels like a Raider. You love Vegas, man. Come on, get out of that cold, man. I'll send Tyra on your ass, bro. Like, I'll make sure she makes you enjoy yourself.
You rather go to Miami, dog. That's what, you know.
Nah, you don't go to Miami, bro. Miami played out. And it's sinking too. It's flooding. It's sinking and it's flooding. All Florida's sinking. You don't want those problems. Come to Vegas, bro. Come to Vegas.
Go to Miami, dog.
You look bad. You look better in silver and black, bro. The aura of you being in silver and black would be top tier, bro. Top tier, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man. You know what's up. We got the better fan base. We got the better colors. You know what's coming, bro. You know the Raiders gonna be that team. I'm like, yeah, we back. They back. Fernando, Tom Brady. You know what I mean? Max Crosby. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Jamal McCoy. Yes, sir. Mike Washington, Asher Genty, Brock Bowers. You don't want to be a part of that, dog? Come on, man. Y'all see the vision. I know y'all see the vision, dog. That's why you scratching your chin. You ain't got no chin hair like that, bro. Come on, man. No, I ain't thick like that, bro. Pause, but you know what I mean? Like, but Cris sees the vision. That's why he's stressing right now. He wants us to win every game. All right, bro. We'll see. Every game. Like, yeah, Raiders gonna win. Raiders gonna win the game. Raiders gonna win that game. Yeah, wait till we do our record predictions. Wait till we do our record predictions. That man gonna have us in a wild card. Watch.
10-7.
Cris gonna have us in a wild card, bro.
Denver's missing the playoffs.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's do our BetUS Sure Fire Picks. No, wait. We'll do a commercial break first.
Introduce yourself to Magnet, the ultimate sports drink. Are you ready to take your performance to the next level? Do you want a sports drink that eliminates the muscle cramps and fatigue when working out or training? Meet Magnet, the sports drink designed for athletes who refuse to settle for mediocrity. It's power-packed electrolytes and rehydrates and restores balance with their scientifically formulated blend with magnesium that fights fatigue and boosts endurance. It has natural ingredients made with real fruit extracts and no artificial colors or flavors because your body deserves the best. It has delicious flavors like mixed fruit and watermelon that keep you revitalized and ready for action. It will boost your performance with essential vitamins and minerals. Magnet fuels your workouts, helping you crush your goals. Join the Magnet movement whether you're training, competing, or simply staying active. Magnet is your go-to refreshment for peak performance. You can order it now on our direct link at drinkmagnet.com. Also, use promo code Cris and Mal to get $5 off your purchase. So don't wait. Again, that promo code is Cris and Mal to get $5 off your purchase. Get Magnet, push your limits, fuel your passion.
Shout out to Magnet Sports Drink. Now let's do our BetUS Sure Fire Picks. What you got?
So I got a 3-teamer all NBA. I got 76ers +6 against the Celtics. I got the Knicks -2.5 against the Hawks, and then I got the Nuggets -5.5 against the Timberwolves.
Yeah, I got the Sixers -6 +6 against the Celtics. I'm taking the Knicks -2.5 over the Hawks, and I'm taking the Nuggets -5.5 over the Wolves. You can go to any of our social media platforms and see the BetUS link. Click on it. First time users only. Sign up. Put the promo code JOIN125. You get 125% sign-in bonus plus 10% gamblers insurance. That's 3 risk-free bets on $100 up to $5,000. So that means if you deposit $100 on your first 3 deposits and you lose, you keep your money. So you can win some money, or you can keep your money on your first 3 deposits. So go over there, sign up. Tell them Cris Style Mal sent you. And that does it for our BetUS Sure Fire Picks. All right, man, let's get into a little NFL news. Pull this up. The Houston Texans signed Pro Bowl linebacker Azir Al-Shir to a 3-year extension through 2029 after a big 2025 season. He got a big 3-year contract. How you feel about that, dog?
I'm not mad at it. I think it's a good addition to that team. With everything that's going on with Al-Shir, you know what I mean? Like, I like it. You know what I mean? He was a big proponent to that squad, and he had a great year last year, so I'm not mad at it.
Let's see. The Steelers signed Aaron Rodgers to a tender to ensure him that he can't go nowhere else.
Yeah,
because they sick of him.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Do you think they should just move on?
Me personally, I thought, well, it's too late now. The draft is over. Like, you had plenty of opportunities to draft the quarterback that. Well, no, who they draft? Did they draft somebody? They drafted Drew Allard, didn't they?
Yeah, 3rd round.
Yeah, they drafted Drew Allard. All right. Yeah, I'll take that back then. Yeah, I just think it's a situation where they don't. If he has any opportunity to go anywhere else, I think they just pretty much made it impossible, because then I think somebody would have to trade for him instead of him being able to sign out right. I don't know what Aaron Rodgers is waiting on. Like, I get it. Like, maybe he's still trying to decide if he still wants to play. I think he still wants to play. I just think he's trying to be on his own timeline. He wants to be, doing what he does, which is, stall out, make it about him. And he'll wait until June 2020.
He'll announce it on Pat McAfee.
Yeah, he'll announce it on Pat McAfee like everybody cares, and we really don't, because it really has no effect on what's going to happen in the season. Like, you're not going to tilt the Steelers into being Super Bowl favorites. That's just not going to happen. But that's just the reality of it. Now, how Aaron Rodgers responds to that, I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see how he responds, because he likes things done his way. So now that he's kind of strapped into, he's either going to be a Steeler or he's going to be honestly forced to retire, because no one's going to trade for him. I think it kind of makes it into an interesting situation, but we all know eventually he'll probably just be a Steeler. So,
yeah, for sure. Vanderbilt quarterback was initially invited to the rookie minicamp for the Ravens, but instead they signed into a 3-year deal, so he's officially on the team. How do you feel about him being on the Ravens?
I don't understand it, me personally. I don't get it. Like, I don't understand why you need to sign him outright. Like, number one, let's see if you can even be productive in mini camp. Let's see if you can be productive in a training camp. Let's see what you look like in a preseason game before we even make those kind of decisions. I don't know what the rush to judgment was, but again, I think the Ravens haven't made. Obviously, I do like their draft and what they were able to do, but they have done some things that make you question, like, what are you kind of doing? But at the end of the day, man, it is what it is.
Brandon Ayuk has still not returned any phone calls from the 49ers. Other teams were trying to reach out. He's not answering their phone calls. It's been a whole big old mess. And they're at a standstill with Brandon. 49ers are at a standstill with Brandon Ayuk. Do you think they need to just cut bait? Or what do you think the Niners should do?
Niners need to just grow up and move on, man. I don't know what they're trying to accomplish here. It's not like, even if you're trying to trade him, you're not going to get great value for him. I think the best you can get is probably a 7th round, maybe a 6th. But the Commanders aren't dumb. Like, we all know where he wants to go. Like, he doesn't mess with y'all. Y'all don't mess with him. Like, just move on. Like, I don't understand what you gain from this. You need to get that headache away from your locker room as far as possible. You know what I mean? If you guys want to have any kind of association of you guys recommitting yourself to being a championship squad, like, why do you need this distraction? It's an unnecessary distraction that you all know the end result to. Like, just cut bait and move on. Let him be a Commander. That's where he wants to go. Let him do that. Like, you're not gonna reap any benefits of trying to trade. Like, it's just not gonna work. You're not gonna get no value. So what are we doing?
Yeah, I agree. After 17 years with the Eagles and winning 2 Super Bowls, the assistant general manager, Alec Hallaby, stepping away from the Eagles. Do you find that kind of strange?
No, I think he's kind of doing what Bob Myers did with the Golden State Warriors. I think he kind of senses that maybe this could be a situation where it's not going to look so pleasant down the line. Like, there's going to be a lot of hard decisions coming in next year if this Eagles team doesn't perform. Like, I think, Chris, I could be wrong. You could tell me if you agree or disagree. I think it's Super Bowl bust for this team. Me personally, you know what I mean? You're about to trade your star receiver. Let's see what kind of compensation you get for that. You already have a target on Jalen Hurts' back. You got to see what you get with Devontae Smith. Now you got Mekhi Lemon. That's a great start. You got to get Jalen Carter back, coming off those 2 shoulder injuries. So we got to see how you do with that. Nick Sirianni, he already has a lot of question marks about him and how he coaches and his style and the way he kind of perceives himself. I just think there's more questions than answers at this particular time that's going in this locker room. That's the ultra talented locker room, but we all know what Philadelphia Eagles fans and how fierce they are and how demanding that fan base can be. So you might just see the writing on the wall right now, and they've traded a lot of their assets too. So they're riding on their hopes of being able to win these next couple of years. So.
Wide receiver Juwan Jennings is going to be visiting the Minnesota Vikings to possibly get on their squad. Do you think that makes sense for Juwan Jennings to go to the Vikings?
No, I don't understand it at all. I just think in the sense of Juwan Jennings wants his targets as well. Especially coming off the year that he had. I'm sure he's probably a little perturbed that he hasn't gotten the contract that he probably feels like is justly due. You go into the Vikings, I get it. Like, if you go to the Vikings, like, yeah, would that threesome be fire with Addison, Jefferson, and him? Absolutely. That would be a very, very hard thing to stop. And with Kyle Murray, I think there'll be no excuses for Kyle Murray not to be able to perform. But in a sense, for Juwan Jennings, I don't understand it, because I just don't think you're going to get the targets like that. Because I think with the year coming off of what Justin Jefferson had to deal with, I think you're going to see a lot of targets go his way. I think he should be, if not one, number 2 overall for fantasy. Me personally, I think he's going to eat this year, me personally. So if I'm Juwan Jennings, I just think there's so many more teams that you could potentially go to, like my Raiders. I think it could be some spots with maybe the Cardinals, maybe a situation with the Redskins if they don't get the Brandon Ayuk trade going on. Maybe a situation where you can go to the Carolina Panthers and pair up over there. I think there's maybe the Buffalo Bills, if they want to take another swing at another receiver, or the New York Giants, there were rumors about them, and what they want to do. I just think there's better options for him than the Vikings, man. But if he goes there, then congratulations.
Speaking of the Buffalo Bills, they said that they are going to keep Keon Coleman and that they're going to continue to have him develop, and the best is yet to come. Now, they did bring over DJ Moore, and they drafted wide receiver Skylar Bell in the 4th round. How do you feel about this, sir?
I think if you're Keon Coleman, especially coming off of some of the boneheaded mistakes you made last year, I think it's promising that they still are willing to fight for you. A lot of teams in situations like that would be like they would just cut bait and move on and try to find new talent, but they must see something in you. I think he has had flashes of, okay, there could be something here, especially with Keon Coleman. But I think it's a very important year for him, man. He has to show a lot of maturity this year. He needs to show some growth. He needs to show some consistency. I think it's a great situation for him being paired up with a Josh Allen, because it's hard to find quarterbacks like that who can get you the ball. But it's going to be a big year. But I think it is promising that they're still willing to fight for him for sure.
Sure. The NFL distributed crew assignments to referees this week amid indications of continued progress toward a deal on a new collective bargaining agreement with the NFL Referees Association, sources tell ESPN. The assignments did not include any of the replacement officials the league has onboarded and vetted in preparation to a potential lockout. The league officiating department has planned to start training these replacement officials beginning Friday. The existing CBA begins between the two sides is due and expires May 31st. Both NFL and the NFL are declined to comment. Do you think we're getting replacement referees?
I still think we are, me personally. I just think that with them making the rule changes and all that, I think the reality is they would love to get these referees signed, but I don't know. And deep down in my heart, I really believe that we're just going to have replacement refs, at least for the beginning part of the year.
I think they try and get this deal done because they saw it was a disaster last time they did this shit.
No, man, I think they're trying to get it done. Do I think they get it done? It didn't sound too promising, but with this report, It seems like things are moving forward. So we'll see.
All right, for sure. That's it, bro.
For sure.
All right, y'all. It's time for Maul's Random News.
Mm-hmm.
It is now time for Maul's Random News.
Yes, sir. My favorite part of the week, Chris's favorite part of the week, y'all's favorite part of the week. Part 2. Obviously, we did part 1 on Monday, splitting it up. Maybe we might do this for the foreseeable future. We'll see how it goes. But we all know we love to hear Chris's opinions about topics that don't make it to the main docket, but they do make it on Random News. So, sir, are you ready for part 2?
Let's go.
Tomorrow's Random News, man. You ready?
That's good.
All right, first up, man. David was officially arrested and officially prosecuted for the murder of Celeste Rivas.
I don't even know what that is.
You remember the young lady that body was found in the Tesla, and then the artist ended up, he made songs about murdering his girlfriend and stuff like that, and then he was on tour.
I remember that part.
Yeah. So he ended up finally getting arrested, and getting charged. Prosecutors say that David bought two chainsaws online and used them to dismember Celeste Rivas Hernandez's body in an inflatable pool in his garage. Investigators say fragments of the pool were found in cut wounds in Celeste's body. Overall, man, it seems like he's probably most likely gonna go down with the ship. But what are your thoughts with this whole thing, man? If you remember our conversations from earlier and them releasing that he did buy 2 chainsaws online to dismember the young lady.
Lock his ass up and give him the death penalty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bottom line, get his ass up out of here. He's crazy.
Sick individuals, man. Yeah, sick individuals. Prayers to Celeste Rivas family, man. You know, you're probably still mourning that. Next up, man. It seems like Clippers owner Steve Ballmer is the favorite to buy the Seattle Seahawks and become their next owner. There is a 45% chance that Ballmer is the next owner, according to Polymarket. Ballmer is worth $134 billion and has ties to the current owner, Jody Allen. He's also the current owner of the LA Clippers. We all know he's kind of going through his situation with the Kawhi Leonard thing, in which we're still waiting to hear the penalties or any announcements regarding that situation. What would this mean for the Seahawks for Steve Ballmer to own them? Do you think it would be a plus, a negative? What could this mean?
I'll be paying plays under the table, dog. Ain't nothing about JSN. Got some fake ass companies somewhere in Seattle now. The one thing I'll say about Steve Ballmer, he's going to be passionate. I will say that about him.
Right.
He'll be passionate about the team. He's going to put his all and try to get another Super Bowl on his watch. So, he ain't going to be afraid to spend money, So, yeah. I think it's a good thing from a business standpoint. Just, like I said, stay away from the money under the table.
Nah, yeah, facts. And, NFL definitely ain't playing that, so they don't have that boy on a leash. Next up, man, we all know the situation between Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson. There was a young lady podcaster who made some comments. I'm going to play 2 different clips. I'm going to play this first clip and play the next one and then get Chris's thoughts.
If you think you're coming here for an apology, or you think you're coming here for me to retract my statements,
hold on. That was the wrong one. Let me see. This one right here. Sorry.
Stephon Diggs before Cardi B. And while these guys have more money, we didn't know Klay Thompson before Meg Thee Stallion. We didn't know Stephon Diggs before Cardi B. And while these guys have more money than these girls have social and global influence. Meg Thee Stallion made Klay a global star, whether he wants to admit or not. These men like to use these women for come-ups and for social status because, don't ever get it twisted, girls. Social currency is still a currency. If you are well-known in your circle and you are well-respected, a guy can use that for social come-up because being with you makes him look good. If Meg Thee Stallion is dating him, he must be popping. He must be giving guys. You need to be very, very careful because guys are users just like girls. I would even say more. A guy knows when he has a woman that he can use to make himself look better. And I think sometimes the insecurity that we have in ourselves do not allow us to see what we are actually worth, what our currency is. But a man can see it. A man can see your value economically before you. And it does not even need to be money. It's status, it's reputation. When you're around his friends, how does you standing next to him make him feel and look? But because a lot of us are insecure, a lot of us don't see ourselves the way the outside sees us. That's why a guy can pick you and you could be like, oh my God, he picked me. He's a money man. He's this. No, he picked you because you have status, because you have social currency, and because you're that.
All right, that was the first clip, and then let me play the second one.
Apology, or if you think you're coming here for an apology, or you think you're coming here for me to retract my statements, you can retract yourself back to your dirty hole that you was in before you came out to start talking. I'm standing 10 toes down. I said what the I said, bro. Nene Leakes is more famous than some of your top 10 NBA players currently because reality TV and music expands to certain realms that unfortunately for you guys that are in my comments, it doesn't transcend quite the same. People need to understand that outside of America, we don't even know the names of the teams here. Anyways, I decided to do a deep dive because I really don't know anyone that is currently playing in the NBA. So the NBA player rankings, according to The Ringer. So number 1 is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I've never heard of this man in my life. And if you've heard of them, guys, comment below. Nikola Jokic. I've never heard of him in my life. Victor Wembanyama. I've never heard of him. Luke Doncic. Never heard of him in my life. Kawhi Leonard.
Stop this shit.
Never heard of him in my life. Anthony Edwards. Never heard of him. I'm going to scroll.
All right. Yeah. So what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts with her comments with
Oh God, what's she talking about? Does she not know the NBA has global reach?
I guess
There
not. I guess not.
there are people in China who know who Klay Thompson is. Germany, Spain. Basketball is a global game. What is she talking about? All she has to say is, I don't watch sports. That's all she has to say. And you know what she made the biggest mistake? She went to the Ringer to get her information. We all know they don't know shit. She named 10 players. I can tell you right now. You went to China right now. They know every last one of those players.
Well, not even just China, Africa, Europe.
I'm just naming it. I'm just saying. She said they're not global.
Mars.
We went overseas right now, and I said, do you know all 10 of these players? Half of them were international players themselves. Most of the stars are international. Jokic, Luka, Shea.
Listen here,
Giannis.
Shorty. I think you're a very beautiful woman. But the ignorance that females have, where they think they carry this social status, where men care what they do with their social status. Men don't care about that. You said Nene Leakes was more popular than Klay Thompson. Nene Leakes currently has 4.4 million followers. Do you know how many followers Klay Thompson has? Take a guess, Chris.
Like 30 million.
Not 30, but he has 16.6 million followers compared to Nene Leakes. You know what I mean? Like, respectfully. Like, and he's not even number one. LeBron James, who probably is the number one NBA player, he how many does my man LeBron have? Let me find LeBron. Where's LeBron at? Where's LeBron? King James. He has 156 million followers. 156 million. Look, at the end of the day, Megan Thee Stallion is a very popular young woman, but people knew who Klay was. Klay didn't need her to uplift his social status. Like, he's an NBA player who's lapped her money-wise, 4 or 5 times. He's probably worth over $300 million. He's a 4-time NBA champion. He's a 3-point winner. He's dated girls in the same category as her. I think Megan Thee Stallion, you could say Megan Thee Stallion stepped up with Klay, low key, with some of the dudes that she's dated. So respectfully, like, I understand if Klay Thompson really did cheat on Megan, I'm not condoning that at all. But come on, man. What are we talking about? You sound very foolish. Very, very foolish. You should be ashamed of yourself, man. You representing bad. All right, next up, we got some news out of the Damon Jones, Chauncey Billups, and all that. I'm gonna play this clip, and we'll get Chris's thoughts on this whole situation.
The prosecution will ask him, "Did you do this?" The prosecution will ask him, "Did you do this? Did you do this?" And he'll have to admit it. That becomes big in a case like this because this is the first person to come forward and prove elements of the prosecution's case through the guilty plea. We're not likely to have a sentence today. Today is mostly about owning up to responsibility for Damon Jones, and the sentencing likely comes later.
Okay, and then how will today impact the other cases that are involved here?
That's what makes this so interesting. It depends on what he says. His lawyer previously said he's not cooperating. That could be big for the other defendants. If he's not cooperating, he's not testifying against them. You can understand why you might not cooperate in a case like this involving mob figures. But on the other hand, if that's changed in any way and he is cooperating, that could affect everyone in this case. Who would he be testifying against? What would he be saying? What would he be saying about their involvement? And when you talk about somebody like Terry Rozier and the others involved in this case, Plea deals tend to start a domino effect. Other people start to come forward. They start to want their own deals. The longer you wait, the worse your deals are. So if somebody like Terry Rozier is getting charges added to his case, does he look at something like this, a case that Damon Jones is involved in with him, not necessarily connected, and say, do I now make a deal? Do I now feel the pressure? So this puts pressure on everybody else in the case to make a deal.
So Damon Jones, he did accept a guilty plea. I think Terry Rozier is also getting additional charges on him. And then, after hearing those statements from that journalist, what are your thoughts with this whole situation with Damon Jones, Chauncey Billups, and Terry Rozier?
Big old mess. And man, it's not looking good for Damon. It's not looking good for none of them. I don't know if Damon Jones is going to testify. They said that he wasn't cooperating, so I don't know. But he did file a guilty plea. I don't know if he's just going to take the rap for it, but I don't know if he took a plea deal. I don't know nothing. So, but it's not looking good for none of these guys. I think all three of them may end up doing some time, for this whole situation, and especially if you're dealing with the mob, it's a sticky situation, man, because you don't want nothing else bad to happen to these guys. So prayers up. That's all you can do is prayers up. And it's a bad situation.
Nah, very, very bad situation. Prayers up to those guys. But you know what? It's just kind of a situation where, just gotta kind of, it is what it is, man. It just kind of is what it is. All right, next up, Liv. That's the golf group that was kind of slowly trying to take over the PGA. It seems like Liv plans to tell its players and staff that Saudi Arabia will be pulling its funding, signaling an end to the upstart that sowed the chaos in professional golf by plowing billions into the sport and poaching A-list players. Obviously, we saw kind of the whole pandemonium of Liv stealing PGA players and them getting paid great money for that opportunity. But what are your thoughts with this, man? I know we don't talk about golf a lot, but with this situation, could this be a worrisome situation with other things like the potential of maybe Saudi pulling money from WWE situation or boxing or whatever the case may be? We know Saudi's funding a lot of stuff right now. What's your kind of overall feeling with this particular situation?
Like you said, we don't talk about golf enough, so I don't know how strenuous this is for them, but I guess. So what are they like? They're just taking money from the PGA?
No, so Saudi Arabia, who was funding Liv, are pulling all that funding, and Liv is about to be no longer. So all those players who left the PGA are pretty much, they're going to have to go back to the PGA pretty much, because Liv will be no longer.
I just think it's one of those things. Maybe Saudi just didn't see the money in golf. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't enough money coming from golf. I'm not saying it's not a big sport, but it's not like, I guess it's not bringing in the money like WWE or boxing is or whatever. So maybe they just weren't. Maybe their bottom line wasn't meeting what they thought they was going to get in golf, and that's probably why they pulled out.
Yeah. But then again, they pretty much print out money with the oil that they make and all the investments that they do have. I think it could be a sign of other things. If they don't like the direction that WWE is going, maybe they could, pull funding and money from that. I think it would be kind of harder to believe with that situation with just the popularity of WWE and the money that it involves in. But then again, does Saudi really need WWE? I feel like a lot of these situations with the investors in boxing and all that, I kind of think they use it for more of like for fun in a sense. I don't even think it's like I think like with the Turk Al-Sheikh, I think you could kind of see that he's a true lover of boxing in a sense. But with like TKO and other situations, you just kind of see, you even said it with the whole situation with how it's being ran with UFC and obviously with the WWE and stuff like that. Like, obviously they don't care about the fans. They're going to do what they want to do. It doesn't seem like they really care if they make money or not in a sense, because if you're pissing off your fan base, people who are really diehard, you know, what do you really? You're not gaining anything as far
I
as
will say this after the backlash of WrestleMania, I do think that they could say they don't care and no, we'll do this, but their actions right now have showed differently.
Okay. Well, you know better than me, so we'll see if they're just doing this just to kind of get people to shut up and they go back their ways, or they're trying to make amends of some of the mistakes that they have caused. Only time will tell. Hopefully, it'll be the way that we hope it is, but. You know, we'll go with that. We got a couple video game announcements. Take-Two CEO hinted that a new LA Noire game could release in the future, along with other Rockstar Legacy IPs. Broadly, we're looking at doing something in the future with all our intellectual properties. What's your thoughts with this? I don't know if you played an LA Noire game, but would this be something that you'd be interested in, or?
I've never played. It's interesting. I was on TikTok the other day, and the dude on live was playing LA Noire. It looks interesting. I play that type of game. I like games like that, so I would play it.
Yeah. I love the setting of LA Noire. I think I played a little bit of it, and it was pretty dope. But I would be interested. Another video game news: Injustice 3 is officially in development. The project has surfaced through a Warner Brothers game artist resume, suggesting NetherRealm is returning to its DC fighting series nearly a decade after Injustice 2. This is per Complex. What are your thoughts with this, man? Were you a big Injustice League fan? And is this something you would be interested in?
Yeah, of course. The Injustice series is one of the better series, man. In the DC series, I wish they would make a movie off of it. So, I know they pulled a lot from Batman versus Superman. They pulled a lot out of that too. Some of the Injustice stuff in it. So, but the Injustice story would be a dope movie. But the game itself, I love it. 1 and 2 were really good. The storyline was good. And I'm interested to see what they do in part 3.
Nah, absolutely. I'm truly excited to see Injustice 3. I'm curious to see the mechanics, gameplay, graphics, and all that. But look fire. And last in the video game news, we got an announcement of a new basketball game. I'm gonna play the trailer, get Chris's thoughts, and we'll run it from there.
Yo, pull out the horns, people. Get ready with the drums. The Run the World Tournament. Are you ready? Let's go. Vámonos! Waffles and falafel time. Yo, this is a bun with a burger and double cheese. Incoming! We all over the world. Chicago, New York, Beijing, Toronto, LA, Philly, the Philippines. Where you at? We're about to hide. We got the stars. We got legendary ball players. We got what you want. Oh, yeah. We got turned up status. We got cooking status. Where's your spatula and the olive oil? Bong. It's like a pizza with no mozzarella cheese. Yo, coqueo. Shut it down, yo. Get out of here, people. You're not ready for this. You're not ready for nothing. NBA to run. You on my team? Get busy, yo. Coming June 2026. Wish list now.
So that was the new video game called NBA to Run, giving a lot of NBA Streets, NBA Jam vibes. From looking at that trailer, man, what's your intriguement level with that game?
It looks better than NBA 2K.
God damn, dog. Lord Jesus.
Yep, I said it.
Oh,
I'm in.
Nah, it looked fire though. It looked fire. I would be pretty much into
and that looks fun. That don't look stressful. It looks fun.
Nah, it look fun. It looks something like you relax, just play. Don't have to think about too much, man. You just play the game. You know what I mean? All right, man. We got a couple more. I'm gonna play this clip from Jay-Z, who kind of talks about the future of rap. We will play this, and you know how it goes. We'll get Chris's thoughts.
Future's coming. I tell people all the time, never fight against the future. Future's coming. Artists, they were trying to recreate something that was already done, but they're not connected to it like that. They're not living it and breathing it. They were fighting against gravity as opposed to telling their story. We needed that other side. We needed to hear about what happens when you've had 4 successful albums. What happens? What is that feeling like? How do you make the next one? How did you get in the studio? How are your kids? How do you interact with them as this hip hop dad? But if you're trying to make young music and you're not young, it's going to be inauthentic and people could feel that. You can smell it. So the best thing that anyone can do, like going through music, is to tell a story and just keep creating from that space. I love what the Clips are doing right now and how it's authentic to them. And they're telling the story about their mom and dad who just passed away and how deep that is, with John Legend singing on the chorus, and everything that they've been through is an authentic display, a piece of classic material that it could have came out 96 or come out 2026. It still feels the same because it's real and it's authentic to who they are.
All right, that was Jay-Z's comments on that. What are your thoughts with what Jay-Z said?
I agree. I mean, you want these rappers to tell their authentic story at their time and base. That's why I think the Fallout was a really good album. You know what I'm saying? Because it culminated how Cole felt years ago to up until now. It was a really good album. And like you said, the Clips, some of these other artists that they speak their lives and talk about their lives. And you try to, I'm not saying you can't collab with younger artists, but you got to come from, I just feel like you got to still be yourself when you're collabing with younger artists. You can't try to be them and try to appeal to them. You're not them. If you're 35, 36 years old, you can't be trying to kick it with the 21-year-olds and sound like them and do their type of music. No, because they're going to know that it's fake. They're going to know that that's not real. They're going to say, look at trying to rap like us. So I agree with Jay-Z. Hip-hop and rap has always been built off of authenticity. You know what I'm saying? How authentic, how real you are. And, if you're a gimmick or if your message is not real, then you won't be here long. You won't. So.
No, I totally agree. All right, man. 2 more in music. We got a new versus announcement. We got Rick Ross versus French Montana that will happen on May 7th on Apple Music, man. What's your thoughts with this versus battle, man? Who you think will win this versus?
Who asked for this shit? Rick Ross by a landslide.
I don't know. French Montana got some heat though. He do got some heat. I actually like that new I actually like that new French Montana and Max B song. I actually like that song. I ain't even mad at that. I do think Rick Ross wins, but
smoking session.
French Montana got some heat though. He really do. He got some shit with Drake. I think he got some stuff with what's that group called?
Cocaine City Cowboys or whatever they call.
Yeah, something like that. Nah, you're not gonna tune in?
Hell no.
All right, man. We'll see what happens. Obviously, that'll be next week. And last but not least, we got this new list, Billboard's top 50 rap albums of all time. We got Slim Shady at 50, Chief Keef's Finally Rich, Lil Baby My Turn at 46, Nipsey Hussle at 45, Because the Internet, Childish Gambino. We got AT Aliens at number 32, Enter the Wu-Tang at 31, Good Kid, Mad City at 14, and obviously the top 10. When you see this list, man, what are your thoughts with this? Do you think they got it right? You think they got it wrong? Are we missing an album? What are your thoughts, man, with this whole list?
It's okay, but I'm still not feeling it.
What is it that you're not feeling about
it? AT Aliens should be higher. I'm sorry. Should be higher.
And where would you have AT Aliens at?
At least in teens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah. It's just me. And I'm going to say it. I think Victory Lap should be higher.
You think the who?
Victory Lap. Nipsey. I think it should be higher.
Yeah, I think Victory Lap should be higher. I like Scorpions Drake. Get the fuck out of here. Like Scorpions Drake should not be on the top 50 all-time rap albums. I'm sorry. That's it's not even like we're cool on that.
Chief Keef family.
Like Culture should be higher than Scorpion. Victory Lap should be higher than Scorpion. Summertime 06 should be higher than Scorpion. Because the Internet should be higher than Scorpion. Section 80 should be higher than Scorpion. Her Loss should be ahead of Scorpion. Rodeo should be ahead of Scorpion. Off Season should be ahead of Scorpion. Me personally, Eminem albums can get the fuck out of here. I'm not a big Eminem fan. That's just me. Even though I do understand. Who?
The Marshall Mathers LP is a classic.
Yeah, I'm just not an Eminem fan. I understand, but it's just not for me. It wouldn't be in my top 10, me personally. Marshall Mathers LP, I would get it being in the top 20. I would understand that. That's just me. But top 10, nah, I'm cool. They can get out of here with that one. I think My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy should be higher. Me personally, I would probably have it ahead of Take Care. I think I would have it ahead of Get Rich or Die Trying. To Pimp a Butterfly. I think I would have My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy over To Pimp a Butterfly. That's just me though. I think that album is one of the best rap albums.
I think it's Kanye's best album to me, but I wouldn't have it over to Get Rich or Die Trying. I would have it over to Pimp a Butterfly, but I would. Well,
so you would have Get Rich or Die Trying ahead of to Pimp a Butterfly?
Yes, because of the impact. That impact of that album is very high. Like the Pimp a Butterfly wasn't very well received. It wasn't. As much as I love that album, it wasn't well received at all.
I think it's better received now than it was in the beginning.
It is. To
me, it reminds me of like a Yeezus way. Like Yeezus was when it first came out, people hated Yeezus, and now Yeezus is considered one of a lot of people like that album. You know what I mean? Like me personally, I think I would probably have Good Kid, Mad City at 3. If I'm gonna put a Kendrick Lamar album in the top 10, I would probably put Good Kid, Mad City at in that spot. Even Damn, I would have over To Pimp a Butterfly. I think those are his two better albums, me personally. Even though I love The Pimp a Butterfly, like College Dropout, I think you could have top 10. It Was Written. I like that. AT Aliens, I agree. It's too low. Even Enter the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers, I think it's too low.
Yeah, most definitely.
I would have Rodeo over Astro World. That's just me.
Look, rest in peace to Juice WRLD, but what are we doing?
I get it. I understand it. It's not my thing. Like me personally, I understand that more than Lil Baby's My Turn. That's just me. Like Polo G, the GOAT. Like I don't know about that. Chief Keef, I get it. Chief Keef has a cult following. I understand that. Pop Smoke, Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon. Am I putting that top 50 all-time albums? I'm probably not. Sorry. That's just me. Migos Culture, I'm not mad at the spot. I think Migos Culture is a fire album. Do you like the Carter 3 more or the Carter 2?
I was more of a Carter 3 guy, but I get Carter 2. I get it, but I was more of a Carter 3 guy.
Yeah. The Black Album at number 16.
Certified Lover Boy. Nah, man, get that out the list.
What?
Certified Lover Boy is a top 50 rap album of all times? No, bro. I actually think that album was solid, but not top 50 of all time.
Not top 50 all time. I Am Happy Views is in here. I think Views gets a lot of hate. I still think that's the best Drake album of all time. Me personally, Views way better than Take Care. Like you could swap those two. Me personally, but I know people have their. I think people have their perceptions on Views, but I don't understand the hate on Views. I never did, but that's just me.
I think Nothing Was the Same was his best album.
Nothing Was the Same was fire. It's not even on the list, is it?
Nope. I would have that over Certified Lover Boy.
I would definitely have that over Certified Lover Boy. I would have that over Her Loss too. If you're reading this, It's Too Late is at 13.
And I like that album, but I wouldn't even have it in the top 50.
Well, how you feel about 1 and 2? Do you think Illmatic is the best album of all time?
I get it. I think It Was Written was better.
Yeah.
I think I would have it. It was written up there, but I get Illmatic because for the hip hop culture, that was the first 5 Mac album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was the first album to have super producers, as you would call them, on the album producing all those tracks. So I get what Illmatic represents, but It Was Written to me was the better album.
Who's your number one rap album of all time for you personally?
That's a difficult one. That's difficult.
I'm surprised there's no Jeezy albums on here. Like, come on, baby. No Jeezy albums?
TM103 might be TM101 might be the greatest track.
That shit smoke Polo G Chief Keef. That shit smokes Slim Shady LP. That shit smokes Pop Smoke. That shit smokes Lil Baby. Respectfully to Vince Staples, that shit smokes Summertime 06. That shit smokes I Love Charles Gambino. That shit smokes because of the internet. Sorry, bro.
Charles Gambino shouldn't be on this list.
Because the internet was fire though. That album was fire. That album was fire.
Top 50? No.
Top 50? Oh, that's interesting. I don't know. Would I have because of it? I did love that album though. I did.
Personally, me, I would have the documentary up higher.
Yeah, I was about to say it. I think the game documentary should be higher. I would have that between 15 and 11. Me personally.
Wouldn't be bad if it was 10.
I think Infamous should be higher too. Me personally, that Mobb Deep album was fire. Me personally,
Infamous is great. Definitely great.
Man, I could put a Capone Noriega album in the top 50 over a couple of these, man.
I could be biased in this, but I'm not saying he should be high. But I wouldn't be mad if they had put Twista's Adrenaline Rush at 50.
Oh, Twista. I'm surprised there ain't no Common albums on here. I'm surprised no Common albums made the top 50.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
But it's Billboard. They go off of hits and stuff. So
yeah,
you gotta take what they do for the grain of salt.
All right. Well, anybody watching this, man, give us your comments about the Billboard's top 50 rap albums. Give us your top 5 or whatever the case may be. Maybe one of these days we'll do our top 5 greatest albums for us personally. Maybe we can do that. You know, I think that'll be a dope conversation and dope idea to see where our minds at with that. So maybe we'll do that one day. You know, it's summertime.
Ludacris word of mouth, man. Where's that at, man?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Ludacris need to be on here. Jeezy need to be on here. T.I. need to be on here. T.I. need to be on here. Who else need to be on here? I'm surprised Lil Kim ain't on here. Low key, a little bit. Surprised Lil Kim ain't on here.
The Brat albums.
Yeah, the Brat, Missy Elliott.
Lauryn Hill.
You know what I mean? Do you consider that a rap album though?
They do.
Come on, dog. Come on, man. Come on, man. Like, you ain't got no.
The Score, Fugees. Why Score ain't on here, man?
No, like no Scarface album. You ain't got no Scarface album on here.
Yeah.
No Snoop Dogg. I don't see no Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
I
don't
see no Dr. Dre.
I
don't see no. Well, you got Chronic right there. Chronic right there.
Chronic should be higher too. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't see no Snoop. Yeah, I don't see no Snoop.
But Doggy Style should be top 10 rap albums of all time.
Should be. It should be. It should be. I don't understand that shit.
There's no skips on that album. I'm sorry.
Nah. No skips at all.
NWA?
Yeah, no NWA. No NWA. No Ice Cube. I don't see no Cube on here.
The Predator, that should be on there.
Yeah. Like what we
doing,
on?
Jackson?
Yeah, like what we on, dog? There's a lot of albums that. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. So like, this Billboard, man. What do you expect?
Mm-hmm. That it?
Yeah, that's it for today.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and predict these fights, brother. We got Inoue and versus Nakatani. We got David Benavidez versus Zurdho Ramirez. Inoue and Nakatani is fighting at 3 o'clock in the morning, which is 6 o'clock in the morning. Well, no, wait. What time is it? It's early in the morning. I know that.
Yeah.
I'm taking Inoue by knockout 5th round.
I think you're just being a little bit disrespectful to Nakatani. I think Nakatani going to give us a lot better effort than what we saw him in his last fight. I think it's going to be an entertaining fight. I wouldn't be surprised if we did see an Inoue knockdown and then he kind of responds in kind of like similar fashion to what we've seen in the last couple fights. But I think this is going to be a highly entertaining fight. I do think Inoue will win. I do think he'll end up winning by knockout, but I think it's going to go a little further. I wouldn't be surprised if it's maybe like 8-9 round-ish. He kind of slows him down, beats him up a little bit, and then he catches him. You know what I mean? But I think Nakatani will go out on his sword, and I think people will be proud of the performance that he puts on for sure.
For sure. You got David Benavidez versus Zurdho Ramirez. David Benavidez is moving up the cruiserweight, so this is a bigger fighter that he's fighting. He's never fought it this way. Zurdho has been king at this weight class, dominating. It's going to be an interesting fight. You know, David Benavidez can solidify himself if he goes up to cruiserweight and beats one of the best fighter at that weight class. Which way you going, player?
It's gonna be a fun match. I can't wait to watch this. I'm gonna go with my heart's gonna go with Benavidez. I'm gonna go with Benavidez. I think he's just gonna outbox him. I don't think he'll knock him out. I think he'll go the distance. I think he'll win some rounds in some boxing styles. And I think he'll time him out a little bit. It's going to be interesting to kind of see how Benavidez takes the punishment from him, because we all know how heavy-handed that gentleman can be. But I think he's just going to outbox him. I think he'll win rounds smartly, and I think he'll outpoint him, and I think he'll win by decision.
Going Zurdho.
No, you going with Zurdho, huh?
I'm going Zurdho. I've seen that man box. He can box just as good as Benavidez. He's been at this weight class before. I'm not saying he's going to knock Benavidez out. I think it's going to be a close fight. But I just think that he's been at this weight class. I think that he's going to be able to absorb those punches from David Benavidez. And we'll see if Benavidez can absorb the punches from Zurdho. I think he has the frame to do it, but let's see. But I just think it's going to be a highly entertaining fight. I think they both going to get shots off. I think the later rounds, I think Zurdho pulls it out. I think he wins by decision.
Yeah. I think I'll say one thing. Either way, both of these fights are going to be some of the most entertaining fights of the year. I'll say that.
They have fight of the year potential for sure.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah, for sure.
All right, man. Got anything else?
Nah, man. We hit our 2 hour mark. I was shooting for an hour, but you know, brothers be talking.
Yeah, no. I just want to give a quick shout out to the new superstar in NXT that's going to eventually be the new superstar in WWE, and she's going to be like the new Rhea Ripley, and that's Lizzie Rain. She was the talk of the town yesterday. She made her debut yesterday. She was the talk of the town yesterday. And get a chance, brother. Just type in Lizzie Rain and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay. I'll check her out.
All right. If you want to donate to the Cris Style Mal Podcast, you can donate Cris Mal Podcast to our Cash App. We'll appreciate whatever you donate. Whatever streaming platform you use, whether it be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, whatever you want to donate, or whatever streaming platform you use, we're available. First time watchers on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification button. So when we go live on Mondays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and Wednesdays 9-ish p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you could jump on a live with us. You could talk about these topics. We want to hear from you. Give us your opinion. You agree with us? Disagree with us? We still want to hear from you. Listening on the playback, leave it in the comment sections. We will comment back. And whatever social media platform you use, whether it be X, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Twitch, Kick, Facebook, whatever you use, you can follow us at Cris Style Mal. We'll follow you back. We're just some regular guys who like to talk sports, music, movies, all kinds of various other things. If you have critiques, feedback, or if you have a question or topic, and we like to say a question or topic, we will bring it up. We will shout you out because we want to show love to those who show love to us. So go ahead and hit us up via DM, emails, or our mentions. All right, everybody. Hope you guys have a good rest of the week. Be safe out there. We will be back Monday to recap everything that we saw from NBA to boxing to, maybe even sprinkle a little baseball. Also, some WNBA, man, because WNBA regular season is coming up. And the girls is getting ready. They're in their preseason right now, balling. So definitely we'll get into that. We'll probably preview before the first game just to give our predictions and all that good stuff on who we think is going to win the WNBA championship this year. So, but until Monday, hope you guys are good. We are out.
Peace out.